I think it's pretty safe to say that the UK relationship with the USA has come to an end. We have now Donald Trump suing the BBC Broadcasting for $5 billion. $5 billion. And only 2 days ago, I think it was the Minister of Defence from the UK, again, sounding the alarms for the UK citizen to join up in the military. They're going against Russia. Russia has 1.1 million soldiers. What does the UK have? Less than 200,000 soldiers, if that. And secondly, do you really think the UK citizens are going to go, yeah, I'm going to put my hand up to protect king and country, when the king has been silent, putting every other nationality before their own? Hello. Did the King of England not read his history and bloodline? Remember the Russians and the Germans? They were first cousins. Well, they're all slaughtering each other in the First World War, and they made it personal, all about them. And now you have a King of England that's more interested in other cultures and religions than his own, and then allows people in his own country to go to prisons for Facebook posts. Do you really think his citizens are going to put their hands up and say, yes, I am going to fight for king and country? And then Keir Starmer, on the other hand, pretending it's all happy days. That country is in a mess, and Australia's not too far behind. But the relationship between the US and the UK and Australia, I dare say it's come to an end. And then when the UK sings the alarm bells for extra help, I highly doubt the US is going to help. And I don't blame him. Just like I said before, on 5 occasions, I don't believe the US soldiers should drop a single blood on our shores or the United Kingdom, because we've had prime ministers stick knives in the back of the President of the United States. So why should they? We have traitors at the highest level, and it's not the people. It's never the people, but it is the governments. So watch this space. Things are going to get very nasty in 2026. And I predict that 2026, something big is going to happen. And the alliances, they're not going to be around for long.
I'm suing the BBC for putting words in my mouth, literally. They put words in my mouth. They had me saying things that I never said.
Donald Trump has followed through on his threat to sue the BBC for $5 billion in a defamation claim filed in Florida. His legal team accused the BBC of intentionally, maliciously and deceptively doctoring his speech from January the 6th, 2021, in a Panorama documentary that went out last year. One of the central issues at stake is whether Americans got to see the Panorama episode. The lawsuit suggests some US viewers could have watched it through the BritBox streaming service or by using a VPN. It also claims the BBC had agreements with third-party distributors to show content outside of the UK. Last month, the BBC apologised to Trump but disagreed that there was any basis for a defamation claim. Its legal team argued the BBC did not distribute the Panorama episode on its US channels. It also said the documentary did not cause Donald Trump harm as he was re-elected shortly afterwards. Today, the BBC reiterated that it would be defending this case.
But it's absolutely clear that Russia's hard power is something to fear. Sons and daughters, colleagues, veterans will all have a part to play, to build, to serve, and if necessary, to fight. And more families will know what sacrifice for our nation means. The Russian armed forces are now more than 1.1 million strong. We should be under no illusions that Russia has a massive, increasingly technically sophisticated and now highly combat experienced military.